Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. We are going to be playing Farming Simulator 22 on St. Kala. And the first thing we're going to do tonight, I hope most of you got to see the videos where I set everything up. It was a lot of fun to set up this farm. I had a really good time. I really enjoyed doing that. It's really fun getting to create things. So I think what I'm going to do first is grab this harvester. And we're going to do our very first harvest on this map. We're going to come over here. Whoops. Took that turn a little too sharp. I may swap the positions of this and the mower. Mower is going to be a little easier to get in and out than this is. But we have a fairly small canola field over here. And we're going to harvest it. Getting some canola straw. Always nice to get straw. And I will just keep streaming to myself. And eventually someone will come and watch. And participate, perhaps. All good. I have done live shows where the cast outnumbered the audience. I know how to do this. Now, admittedly, it is hard to outnumber the audience when there's only one of you. Which I guess technically means that there's no longer an audience to outnumber. But we're going to keep going anyway because I wanted to play tonight. So I might as well stream, and if anybody wants to drop by and have a chat while I'm playing, that's all good. And if they don't, then I'm still playing. And I will be streaming again on Sunday. I believe that would be, let me see. Yeah, the 11th of December. I'll be streaming at 4 p.m. after the Cowboys game is over. Just a second here. All right. I like this harvester. It's very smooth. Very, very smooth. I like the cheap case harvesters. They are a very, very good value. But they do have some kind of irritating idiosyncrasies. I think you know what the ones I'm talking about. The ones that cost, it's about 60 grand for the two-wheel drive and about 69 grand, I think, for the four-wheel drive. they're great harvesters. You can increase the capacity, you can increase the length of the auger. You can do all the things you can do with much more expensive harvesters. But when you get into that thing, it takes a good 20 seconds before the engine starts and you're able to actually move. So that's a little irritating to me, because usually when I jump in the harvester, I just want to go. So this one did that for me, so I'm happy about that. And it's got a good capacity. It holds about 11,000 liters, which is why I didn't bring a trailer out here, because I'm pretty sure we can get this whole field in one shot, all in the hopper. Hoping that field is ready soon. I think our wheat field is probably going to be ready soon. So we should have plenty to harvest. Hey, Kobe Gaming, how are you? I'm sorry I didn't see your chat earlier. I'm not sure if you're still here. I get focused on the game and I have to look over to see the chat, but I'm so glad. I knew you would be here because you're always here, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. It's always nice to not talk to yourself. But I can do that. I have no problem doing that. And I'm kind of stubborn, so even if nobody watches for a while, I'm going to keep trying. Because that's what you do. And when you're an actor, when you're trying to make a living as an actor like I did, you learn to take whatever opportunities you can get and run with it. And not worry too much about whether you get a good response or not. There's always going to be people that like you and people that don't, and you know, sometimes it just takes a while to find the right audience. If you're watching this after the fact, I think that's probably Kobe Gaming back again. So if you didn't hear me earlier, thank you so much. I see your chat now. I didn't see it before. Thank you for always being here. You are my audience so far. And I appreciate you a great deal. And we have almost finished this field. It's a small field. I think I got one little piece that I missed down there because of the tree. And if there's a tree that gets in my way on a regular basis, you'll probably notice that that tree is gone at some point. And this one is right on the corner of the field. I don't understand. All right, that's the whole field. We're going to head this way. I think we may need to put a road across here on the back if there's not already one there. Yeah, there's not, but there needs to be. There needs to be a road right across here. We may have to get rid of a tree. Oh, no, I think we can go this way. Let's see if we can go in the back way and dump this in the silo. Whoops. Yeah, there's going to be some traps. That's why I didn't want to go with the 12-meter header, because I was pretty sure it wasn't going to fit through all of these trees. But the 9-meter does really well, so I'm happy with that. We are going to need to find a use for this canola. I'm going to hang on to it for a while, but we can make things with it. I mean, we could make oil with it. We could make, I think you can make diesel with it, depending on the production. So we'll have to see. There wasn't a whole lot there. So we'll probably just wait until we get another canola field and till we get more. Whoops, what am I doing? Ah, that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to fold it up. I think while we still have some daylight left in August, I think I'm going to go ahead and mow the grass in that field and get it in the production, starting to make hay and silage, and we'll make some total mixed ration. Because I had to buy that for the cows this time, and I really don't want to do that. It's not that hard to make your own animal food. I really like the way that fits in there. And the mower as well. They both fit in here really well. Alright, let's see if we can get this over to the grass field without crashing into trees. Let's see, which side of this is not? It's this side. So I'm going to go ahead and start on this other end. Well, no, I think what I'm going to do is just cut a headland around the whole thing, because that tree there is going to screw up my worker. I'm just going to cut a headland around the whole field. If you have never used one of these swathers before, I highly recommend it. You should get you one of these, because they mow just beautifully. They lay a nice swath. You don't have to remember to turn swathing on, which I always forgot to do when I used like the Big M or the Kubota mowers that go on the back of a tractor. Always forget to turn the swathing on. And so I end up with part of it that I have to go over with the baler or the loading wagon multiple times to get it picked up. Big pain. You know, if there's machinery to make a job easier, by golly, I'm going to use it. And this definitely makes mowing easier. If we wanted to make hay, if we needed to make hay in a different way than we're going to make hay, then there is a header for this. It's only, I think it's 4.5 meters wide, so it's not terribly wide, but it will cut, turn the grass into hay and lay a swath of hay. So you can cut and swath hay all in one step, which is a good thing. I think this mic is a little bit hot. I apologize if I'm blowing your eardrums out. I'll get away from it a little bit. I think the video looks pretty good. Alright, so we got our swath done all the way around. We got our headland done. So let's I'm gonna mow myself for a little while until I get tired, and then I'll let the worker finish. I mean, it's not like I have anything more important to do. I get about halfway done and I'll let the worker finish, and then I'll come out with the loading wagon and start to pick it up. I think this is going to be just about the perfect size grass field for our 45 cows. I don't think we're going to need much more grass than this. If we do, we could plant grass in that field that we just harvested canola from. That would make a nice grass field. That would give us about, I don't know, 5 or 6 swaths. Probably give us around 100,000 liters or so of grass. All right, I'm going to put a worker on this, and I'm going to go get the loading wagon. And I think I'm going to drive the JCB. That is my favorite tractor, the Fendt right there. That's my favorite tractor, and that's why I bought it. But I've used it a lot, so I've never used this. So let's see what it can do. I think it's 235 horsepower, so it's got the power to do whatever we need it to do on this farm. So we should, oops. Actually, there's no reason to try to go through there. I don't know what I was thinking. We'll go out this way. Plenty of room to go out this way. And I think I'm going to cut across here and go pick up that straw first. I want to drive across the sunflowers. I do have crop destruction turned off, but I still don't like to drive across the crops. I'll drive across a grass field because it doesn't do it any harm. But it just seems wrong somehow to drive across a field full of crops. Alright, this loading wagon holds 200,000 liters. It's one of the more unrealistic things I have on this farm. I just have a few really unrealistic things here. And this is one of them, just because it makes life so much nicer. If you don't have to make five or six trips back to the silo to dump your loading wagon, it's a nice thing. So we got 5 swaths, and that's a 9 meter. So we'd get about the same amount with if we planted grass in here. Because our mower header is about the same size as our harvester header. I believe our corn header is 10 meters, but our grain header is 9 meters. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this straw right now. We could just put it in the cow barn and turn it into manure that way. I don't know what the conversion ratio is on that, what the recipe, for lack of a better word, is. If I put it in the farm, oh, I always get the name of it wrong. The big silo that I have over there that produces lots of different things. If I put it in there and add water, then I can make manure as well. So I don't know if that's a better conversion than just putting it in the cow barn. I don't know which will get me the most manure. So if anybody knows, let me know. But this first batch, I think I'm going to go ahead and put it in the cow barn, because I know that'll convert to manure pretty quickly. And then we need to figure out what we're going to put in here. I guess I could do some sorghum. That will grow quickly. It'll give us straw, and we can feed it to the chickens. So that seems like a winner. Although the yield on sorghum is not great. I mean, we won't get much sorghum out of here at all. It's just a tiny field. I wonder if it would be better if we combined it with one of the ones on either side. Well, that's a huge field. So, whoa. I wonder if we can bind it with the one on the right over there, that we might be better off. So this is my first stream on this new farm. I did a stream before on this map with a very similar farm, but I was a little unhappy with the other one, and so I redid it. Some of you may have seen the 2 videos that I made of producing this. And this is the first stream I've done since I put it back together. I really love this map. It's just really kind of peaceful, and it just looks like a nice place to be. Alright, so we're going to put this in the cow barn. Pretty sure I just do it from here. Oops. Well, that's not going to work. Yeah. Can't do that. So we're just going to put this over here in the farm products factory thing. Because obviously we can't get it into the cow barn. That's okay. We can make manure over here just as easily. We'll have to put some water in it. I think it needs water. We'll look here in a second. Let's see. Manure. Yeah, it's pretty much, you actually get more manure than you put in straw. So, yeah, we're going to do that. So I will activate manure. We're going to need to put some water in there, but I need to pick up the grass over here first. So, yeah, this tractor doesn't like turning tight with this. I wonder if it's the all-wheel steering that I got going here. I know I can turn that off. Let's see. Well, maybe I can't. Oh, there we go. Yeah, toggle steering. So we're just going to do straight up steering. Yeah, front wheel steering. Yeah, that seems to be a little better with turning. Alright, so I think the grass is done mowing. Let's pick it up. So I see we've had some viewers in and out. That's awesome. I don't really have a streaming audience except for Kobe Gaming. I think I can count him as my streaming audience. But I welcome anybody who wants to come and hang out. That's what I love about this game. It's just a very friendly game. I haven't come across any farming simulator communities where there's any sort of toxicity. I also play Rocket League, and I don't know if we got any Rocket League players in the house, but that's one of the more toxic gaming communities on the internet. I don't think there's any way to smurf in Farming Simulator. Although I hear there is competitive Farming Simulator. I watched a little bit of it. It's really kind of cool. If you've never seen it, the teams race to the middle of a field, and if they're the first to get to a piece of equipment, that's theirs. Well, thank you, JB Show. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. I know I've got some viewers out there that are watching the streams that I've done after the fact, so I always try to talk to those people and tell them I see them and I appreciate them. And I'm glad that you like the content. I'm just happy, and I'm making content that I like. I'm making farm sim videos that I think I'd like to watch. So if anybody else does too, that's awesome. That'll make me happy. Yeah, I got out. That means I have to turn it back on. I have played this game for thousands of hours, and I still need my help menu on. I don't know if that says something about my intelligence or the complexity of the game. So I will be streaming again tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. After I watch the Cowboys trounce the Texans. And now that I've said that, they'll lose. Although, this year feels a little different just because they normally don't play very well in December. They'll play really well at the beginning of the season, and then they'll fall off towards the end of the season and usually still win the division or make it to the playoffs, and then they usually lose in the first round. But they normally don't play well in December. I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys now. But they've been playing really well in November and December. So if they come out tomorrow really strong again and just whoop the Texans, I think their playoff chances are pretty good. I knew there were going to be some Eagles fans out there. That game at the end of the year is going to be fire, man. That's going to be an incredible game. And Jalen Hurts better keep his head on a swivel. That's all I got to say. And Micah Parsons ain't playing. That's going to be an amazing game, though. And I don't think either one of them really want Odell Beckham. I think they were just trying to scare each other. I don't know that the Eagles ever said they wanted him. I think that may just be Sports Center, ESPN, making shit up, making stuff up. Sorry. I'll watch my language. There may be kids here. But they always schedule that Eagles Cowboys game the last game of the season, don't they? Either that or it's going to be the Cowboys Giants at the end of the season. I think the Giants are done. All right, that's a good grass field, man. That's a really good grass field. The worker missed a little strip, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. We're not going to get much out of that. But yeah, 137,000 liters. That's pretty good from this size of a field. If we get that every 3 months, we're going to have plenty of hay, plenty of total mixed ration. We're going to get it in here. Yeah, it is, man. It is. It's going to be tough. And they're both going to make the playoffs. Dallas is going to get that top wild card position. Fortunately, I don't think they're going to have to play each other in the first round. The Eagles are going to get a bye. That would be an awesome NFC Championship game. Eagles Cowboys. All right, now y'all are gonna get to see. Me back up. Come on. Ooh, that's tight. Let me move over just a little bit. It's funny. I have a boat, and I can back my boat better than I can back a trailer in Farming Simulator. Why isn't it letting go? Oh, I didn't have it selected. All right, is there anything else? Oh, we need to put some water in the silo. And I think I'm going to put a water fill over there. I may do one of those automatic water distribution things at some point, but for right now, I think I'm just going to put some sort of water point over here. Let's see, if I pull my trailer in there, like right there. There we go. All right, so let's see. That's the wrong menu. That is the right menu. Container. That's the one right there. 500 bucks. Thank you, Omatana, for your lovely mod. You're right in there. I should be able to. There we go. Oh, it's already full. And I guess I should have put that. Wow. That is some terrible driving. I'm not sure I like this JCB. But we're going to give it a chance. You gonna let me? There we go. Okay, so that really doesn't need to be there. That needs to be... Let's get rid of that. It'll give us our money back. That really needs to be in a different place. It needs to be over here. All right, and that will allow us to fill, and it won't get in the way. And now we're filling back up. Yeah, I'm only going to put like, I don't know, 50,000 liters in here or so, 75. This thing I think will hold 1.5 million liters of water, so I'm not going to put that much in here right now. At some point we'll install like an automatic water distribution system that will keep this thing full. But it really doesn't need to be full. I mean, 1.5 million liters of water. When am I going to use that much water? Although this thing will make 1.5 million liters of silage in a couple of months. If you just feed it, a lot of times I'll use the Omatana open gardens and just feed it potatoes and sugar beets. And it will make silage in a hurry. A lot of silage in a hurry from those open gardens. So if you've never done that, that's a nice way to get a lot of silage very quickly. And we're going to do this at some point. We're going to put in a BGA back in the back part of the property. And the digestate from the BGA, we're going to feed back over here to make solid fertilizer. Man, if you've never sold solid fertilizer, you can make millions of dollars quickly. Very, very quickly. Even if there's no like sell point for solid fertilizer, if you auto sell it, it will sell it for an amazing price. I don't know how that's calculated, but you make a lot of money selling fertilizer. I was watching Jelsa Farmer. I don't know if any of you watch him. He's a Norwegian, and he was doing Rusty Money's Zero to Hero challenge. And he had a bunch of fertilizer, and he thought, well, I'll just go sell this at the Sell Anything. And he sold it and instantly had like $2 million and was done with the challenge. He kept playing for a while, but I thought that was pretty funny that he didn't realize he was going to finish the challenge in that episode from one sale. All right, so we still have, I think I'm going to put some fertilizer on the grass field before I forget to do that. And that'll make sure that we get a nice yield for our next crop of grass. I'm going to use the multi-fruit buying station. And this will get phased out after a while. I'll use it for seeds at some point, but we're going to have so much fertilizer that it just won't make sense to buy it. And I could buy something to make seeds, I suppose, but I don't know. That doesn't seem like like a very like a very good exchange. You know, there's one that'll do like 1-to-1 with oats, I think. You put in oats and you get the same amount out in solid fertilizer. So I guess that might be worth it. But I think if you did the math, you'd find out that you could just sell the oats and buy seeds and still come out ahead. I don't know how we did it before in 19. I don't remember in 19 having a fertilizer spreader with a 42-meter spread. The Amazon from 22 was the first time I recall seeing that. Well, boy, if you're doing a start with nothing, buy yourself a 42-meter spreader and do all the fertilizing contracts you can. It's a great way to make money. And at the end of the day, that's kind of what this game is all about, is trying to make the most money as you can. I suppose. I really enjoyed building this farm. So I think the point of this map is just going to be to come here and kind of relax in a really beautiful place and do a little farming. But that 42-meter spread knocks out a field pretty quick. All right, and the last thing I'm going to do before I sleep, I think if I sleep, that wheat field there may be done tomorrow. Either that or one of the soybean fields might be done tomorrow. And we can harvest that. But I want to turn on my vine houses. I'm going to do grapes. We're going to do grapes in all of them because the hotel will pay for grape juice. They pay a premium for grape juice. We'll look at the price here in just a second. And we want to store our eggs. Okay, so we're storing. Very good. But if let's go up here and look at the price of grape juice. There it is. So yeah, look at all the places there. We've got 2 at about 29, 28. And we got 1 at 5,000, which is much better than the other 2. But then we've got the Castle Inn at $7,348 for 1,000 liters of grape juice. So I think we're going to sell it there. And the grape processing plant only costs like 50 grand. And it's right next to the Castle Inn. So we're going to be taking all our grapes over there and processing and selling them at the Castle Inn because we can get a whole bunch of money for them. All right, so let me park this tractor, and you'll pardon me while I go through the process of sleeping. All right, folks, we've hit a milestone here. I have 3 viewers all at the same time. So this is the most. Oh, doggone it, we just lost one. Oh, well. We did have 3 viewers all at the same time. I swear. All right. We're going to go sleep. After all, tomorrow is another day. Aha! Wheat field is ready. Very good. Wonder if anything else is. Gonna take a look real quick. Alright, sunflowers are not ready. Those soybeans are not ready, and the barley's not ready. So we'll harvest some wheat. I like wheat. Chickens like wheat. We'll do a headland across here. I think we're good at the other end of the field, but I'm pretty sure we're going to need a headland here. Okay, I'll unfold the tool. Whoa. I'm unfolding into a tree, apparently. Alright, there we go. That's straight on that side, and then we've got a funny shaped side over here, so I like this harvester. It's got a nice big hopper. The header is just about the right size for these fields. This was a good pick. I don't always pick correctly, but I think I did here. I have a mod that you may have noticed when I put that water container over by the silo. I paid $500 for it, and then I got $500 back for it. I have a mod that will let you get your money back on things like that. You can get your money back if you do it within the same day. Okay, so why is that tree there? There is no reason for this tree to be here. Is it big enough for me to lumberjack? Do I have the lumberjack mod turned on? Oh, yeah, I do. There we go. That tree is no longer an issue. I'm going to go ahead and cut a headland down here too, just to make it easier to turn around. And I think I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm going to get about halfway through this, and then I'll hire a worker, and I'll come behind with the forage wagon and pick everything up. Getting a good amount of straw here. And then we'll go ahead and replant this field and the other field that we harvested yesterday. Ooh, I wonder what time it's going to start raining. We're just going to keep going until it does. And if it starts raining, we can go over and plant that other field. I think we're going to go ahead and put sorghum in it. We won't get a whole lot of sorghum, but we can feed it to the chickens, so it's free chicken food. I have to stop and make myself back up and not spray straw in a big semicircle all over the road. Because I will. Wow, I can't believe how fast time goes by when you're doing this, when you're streaming. It goes. I've been doing this almost an hour and it feels like I just started. Everybody good with the quality of the stream? I lowered the bit rate for this today because YouTube kept telling me that my bit rate was too high, which I wasn't aware that was even a thing. But does it look good? Sound good? Anything need to change? Games sound good? Wow, we filled up. I wasn't expecting that. Although I guess I should have known. Alright, I guess I need to go get a truck. Or a tractor, because we don't have a truck. I decided a truck on this map would just make life harder. Because these roads are so narrow. And lots of turns and twists, and I don't think there's really a need for a semi on this map. We can do everything we need to do with a tractor. And this particular tractor that I'm driving, I believe, is 515 horsepower, so I think we're going to be okay. Oh, I gotta get back in the... There we go. We're only going to be able to get one hopper per trailer. Might want to get another one of these trailers just to have two of them. That will give us close to 40,000 liters of capacity. Actually, I may get a different trailer that I can either use as a tipper or I could use it as a flatbed. And if I needed extra capacity of either one, I'd have it. Alright, I am going to start a worker on this now. And I'm gonna go tip this. This tractor is amazing. So smooth, so fast, so powerful. For me, it is the perfect tractor. So I think we may be able to get the rest of the field in the hopper without having to dump it again. So I'm going to grab the loading wagon and start picking up some straw. And hopefully we have some manure. I didn't notice when I slept whether we sold milk or not. I'm assuming that we did. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is not good. Yeah, oh, there we go. Almost. Come on, come on, come on. And there's where you need 515 horsepower. In real life, this tractor could probably pull down that shed. But we're not doing anything. Let's see. Alright, we gotta lower the pickup. I guess I didn't raise it after we used it last time. I think this is the only game that I've ever played that it's very calming. It's kind of soothing. It'll take your mind off of other things, but not in the same way that other games do, where you're just worried about something else, so you're not thinking about your own issues anymore. This is just kind of calming. You can do this and think about other stuff and kind of solve the world's problems while you're plowing a field. It's just a great game. It's helped my psyche a lot over the last few months. Some stuff going on. And Farming Simulator helped to make that a little better. So, big shout out to Giants for helping to keep me sane. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I think there's a lot of people who play this game because it's soothing, it's calming, it's a good influence. It is the opposite of Rocket League. But I still love me some Rocket League. Just very toxic. If you're going to play Rocket League online, turn off chat. Just turn it off. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Oh. Nope. And the worker is recognizing that not only is this a forage wagon, but it's also a trailer. You can fill it up with whatever you got. This is a Misty Cat mod. And it's probably the one mod that I use more than any other. It's a great pickup wagon, forage wagon, whatever you want to call it. You can tell who's played the game before Farming Simulator 22 because most of them call it a pickup wagon. And if you've only played 22, then you probably call it a forage wagon. Nope. Keeps trying to put wheat in my straw. Don't be putting wheat in my straw. Alright, we got enough room, I think, for that one little patch up there, and then we can go dump it in the silo. I don't know how long it's going to take before we get any grapes. I really don't know. I've never used that mod before, so I don't know how long it takes. Well, that's a bright beacon. It wants you to know that it's almost full. So we should have about 22,000 liters, 23,000 liters of wheat. 21,838, very good. We have just a little bit of canola. This is the wrong time to sell grain, the wrong time of year to sell grain, so we're not going to sell it right now. We're not going to sell the wheat at all. That's going to be chicken food. So I think, let's go pick up the rest of that grass. Let's put this away first, because we're not going to need it again for today anyway. But this is good. Our fields are going to be a little bit staggered. It's really hard when you get 3 or 4 fields that are all ripe at the same time. Although we do have seasons turned off, so nothing's going to wither or anything. And like most people, I liked Seasons better in 19. So I'm really hoping the same mod team that made that particular mod will do some sort of modification for the Seasons in 22, but we're running out of time. I mean, these games normally last for 2 years. This one, the space between 19 and 22 obviously was 3 years. But I think most of the others, it's been 2 years. So I expect we'll see a Farm Sim 24 or 25. So if they're going to do a Seasons mod, they might want to get on that. I don't like it that you can't run Seasons and accelerate growth. So, but I guess, I don't know. I'm usually happier just turning it off. I don't like winter in real life. And I think I like it even less in a game. See how much water we've got in there. We've got plenty in our grapes. So we've got 2 pallets of grapes. That means we have 12 pallets of grapes. Because we have 6 of these greenhouses. Do we have any eggs? Yeah. We have 3,000 liters of eggs already. We're just going to hang on to those till November. November is going to be egg month. And we are going to sell eggs and make a ton of money. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, I was checking water here. Yeah, we still have 84,000 liters of water. I turned on manure, right? Do we have any manure? Yes, we do. Look at that. See how fast this makes stuff? We have 70,000 liters of manure already. So what we can do with that is we can just turn it into solid fertilizer. And before you know it, we're going to have 70,000 liters of solid fertilizer. We have 3,250 liters of total mixed ration. So you see, it's making stuff. It's making all of our stuff. By the time we're ready to feed the cows again, we should have plenty of total mixed ration. Yeah, we're still 2/3 full on the cow barn. So we're not going to worry about them today. I don't think we need to worry about the chickens either. No, they still got plenty of food. And their reproduction is going up, but there's no more room for chickens. I'm sorry. We are full up on chickens. So I'm going to put this away. And I'm going to put that trailer away too. And then we are going to, well, maybe I'm just going to wreck that trailer. And I know that the house is not in the ideal place. I get that. But the reason it's there, if you didn't see the videos of me creating this farm, the reason that house is where it is because when I sold the old house, it left the sleep trigger. So the sleep trigger that was there on the old house is buried inside of that house. I didn't want another sleep trigger just hanging around, so I just put the house over it. We still have a water trigger there, and it works, and it's free water, but it's really slow. It's a lot slower than the one I put in over there by the silo. So I can't see us using it very often, but it's there if we need it. It's there because I couldn't get rid of it. All right, so we're gonna put some seeds in here. We've already got fertilizer, so we're just gonna, I'm gonna try to do just seeds. Sometimes that's hard with this particular seeder. I don't know why it's not opening the lid. Okay, well, we'll see if it'll actually fill it without opening the lid. Yeah, it's not gonna fill it unless we open the lid. So, I've never had this problem with this particular seeder before, so I'm not sure what's going on. Let's see if it helps if we open it up. Yeah, it's not opening. I don't want that. Okay, so our other option is buy some big bags. So that's what we're going to do. That's the wrong menu. Here we go. I think it holds 3,000 liters of seeds and 4,000 liters of fertilizer. I'm just not sure why it's not opening. It may have to do with the fact that it's now using the same, I think it's using the same trigger that it normally uses to open the lid for deactivate automatic application rate. So this may be a conflict with precision farming. I don't know. But if I can't open it up, I can't put fertilizer in it either. So I'm gonna have to think on that. I could hook up our fertilizer spreader and unload it, and then I'd have fertilizer on pallets. So I might try that. Because again, I don't know how to open it up now. Oh, wait, it opened. Well, then why? It opened when I got close to the seeds. But it's not letting me open it. Again, I think it's because it's using that trigger for the variable seed rate and to enable and disable that. And it doesn't sense when it's underneath that. Let's see if it senses when it's underneath this one. Nope. We're not going to be able to fill it from there. So I may need to rethink this particular seeder. Of course, I guess if we use the variable seed rate, it's not going to do it with a different seeder. It won't do it with that either. So I'm gonna have to do a little thinking and experimenting, but we're gonna get it filled up right now. That's not an issue, because we're just gonna bring this out here. There's a lot in here, so we're gonna get a bunch of pallets. And we really only need 4. And we're gonna get 8 or 9. So there's 4. Okay. I'll go with that. So we're going to plant sorghum in the small field up there. I'm not sure what to plant in this field over here. Anybody got suggestions? Other than you want to see me wreck that trailer one more time? Think about maybe planting some corn over there. Just because I want to see some corn growing. It's corn. It's got the juice. All right, let's go plant some sorghum. Those rocks are going to mess me up at some point. I'm going to go right over them. And we definitely need to put a road through here. Wow, look at the weeds already. So we're going to need to spray that at some point. But that's why we got the cool sprayer. With the spray saving technology. It's one of those sprayers that only sprays a weed if it's directly under a nozzle, and it only sprays it with that one particular nozzle, so you use a lot less. All right, we're on sorghum. We're open. We're turned on. And we're lowered. Alright, so here's another kind of unrealistic mod that I have installed. I have a mod that does, that automatically applies a rolled state whenever you use a seeder. Any seeder or planter. Doesn't matter which one. It will apply the rolled state. And, you know, you only get like a 2% bonus, yield bonus for rolling. But it bugs the crap out of you if you don't. I mean, you get that needs rolling. Well, you gonna bug me that much for a 2% yield bonus? So I'll just apply the state automatically and not worry about it. It's the nagging that bothers me. Well, I feel like I've just been on one big long rant the last couple of days. That traffic in Silver Run Forest it just got to me that day. It was killing me. And I gotta tell you, that map is gorgeous. It's a nice place to be, but wow, it's making me a little crazy, and I'm starting to not have a very good time playing it. So I still haven't figured out how I'm going to fix that. Because I'm not going to play it for very much longer if I'm not having a good time. That's just, there's no reason for that. There's no reason to ever play a game if you're not having fun. It's a game. Yeah, I think this little field right here would be better if it were part of that field right there. Because on its own, it's just not big enough to produce enough crop to be profitable. Yeah, I think this tree behind me is going to end up suffering the same fate as that little one did on the other field. I just see no good reason to have a tree that close to the field. I mean, we have a ton of trees on this map. Everywhere you look, there's trees. I don't know why you would want one 6 inches from your field. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, if I can seed a field that quick, it probably doesn't need to be its own field. If I made it part of that one, that would make that field a really good size. So after we harvest this sorghum crop, we'll go ahead and make it part of that field. Soybeans take a while, and I think that one's probably, those soybeans have another couple of months before they're ready. So that sorghum should be done not too long after the soybeans are. So when we harvest the soybeans, I'll just leave that field not planted until we harvest the sorghum. And then we'll get a plow and we'll turn all that into one field. It just makes good sense. All right, now this is the field I really don't know what I want to plant. So I think it needs to be something that we can feed to the chickens. We have a big barley field over there. We already have some wheat. Let's go ahead and plant this in wheat again. I would never do that in real life. You really want to rotate crops. Well, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and plant wheat here again. That makes the most sense. We need something we can feed to the chickens. We don't have any other productions right now. At some point we will, and we will need those extra crops. But right now we need chicken food. Yeah, 9 meter cedar is just before being too large. It's not too large, but if it were any larger at all, it would be too large. We could have gotten by with an 8 meter. A 6 meter on a couple of our fields would feel pretty small. That field across there, it would feel pretty small on. Definitely our barley field. Although we are going to make that field a little bit smaller because we're going to put productions on the flat part of it. But even this field's not going to take terribly long to plant. Which is good. These are good fields, good sized fields for online play. Because I don't think anybody wants to see you harvest in the same field for an hour and a half. I was going to ditch most of this money and just keep a couple 100,000. But I find that even when I have this much money, I still look in the sale before I buy something. I'm still looking to save money. That's just kind of who I am in real life. I see no reason to spend money needlessly just because I have it. Rich people don't have money because they spend it. And just to be clear, I am not a rich people. I am a retired teacher. I am not a rich people. So I think I'm going to go until midnight tonight. Midnight my time, Central Time. About another half hour or so. Tomorrow I plan to go for a little bit longer. I am going to be streaming tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I'd love to have you join me if you can. And on Monday, there will be a new Zero to Hero Challenge video if you're watching that series. I think I may be done with that one pretty quick. I've got some productions right now that are just getting cranked up that I think are going to make me a lot of money. And I think the only thing I have left on that map is to be $1 million farmer and to pay back my loan. I think I've accomplished everything else I was supposed to in that challenge. And it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it. So I'll find another one of Rusty's challenges. I think I'm going to do the no tractor challenge. That one's very intriguing. I think I might just buy a fleet of Unimogs. There's also the man truck that has a 3-point and PTO on the back of it. So that's a possibility for the no tractor challenge. I think the Unimog's probably the best bet on that. That's just a fun vehicle. I don't know if you've ever driven one, but that's a fun vehicle. Okay, so we've got a wheat field. Very nice. See how much grapes we have. We may take a trip over to the inn. We may go over and buy the grape processing plant and get some grape juice started. I really need to put that trailer away. I'm glad you can't actually damage things in this game. And that would cost me so much money if you had to repair things that you wrecked in this game. Oh my god, that would cost me so much money. All right, how much grapes do we have? I don't even sound like I'm speaking English. How much grapes do we have? We still, yeah, about 12 pallets. Okay. Not making terribly fast, but let's go get what we've got and drive over and buy the grape processing. I haven't even driven over there yet. I've seen it in review videos, map review videos, but I haven't driven over there yet. So we'll do that now. There is no place on this map that is very far away, so it's not a big deal. Even as much as I dislike driving across maps, it's not a big deal. All right, so we're gonna spawn these. I think we can go ahead and spawn these, and it will still store once it's filled up the spawn area. We'll see. Some productions will just stop. They won't make any more once the spawn area is full, but I think these will. All right, that's all of them. Yep, we have about 12 pallets. Let's see if we can get them all on this trailer. I hope we can. I hope these will actually go on this trailer. Yes, yes they will. And I hope auto-loading trailers don't offend you. I guess I could go ahead and get like a telehandler or something just because it would be amusing for you guys to watch. I am awful with any sort of loader. Okay, so where is this place? How do we get there? I think it's down here. No, it's not. That's biogas plant. But it's just kind of an ordinary biogas plant, so we're going to end up putting in our own that does a little better. Grape juice cellar, and this is the inn, I believe. Yep, Castle Inn. All right, so yeah, that's not far at all. We just cross our little bridge over here. Wow, those are in a really good place to be going to the Castle Inn. That's very close. Of course, like I said, everything is close on this map. I'm going to take a left. And we're going right in here. If we can get in there. And there's our grapes. Whoa. Well, I intended to put those in there as a production, but apparently it's not going to allow me to do that. I should have bought it first, but it's all good. $5,000. Yes, yes, we'll buy that. But of course, there's no grapes in there now. Too bad. But we own the production now, so in the future we'll bring our grapes over here. Pick up our grape juice there, and we will sell it down here. That's the Castle Inn, and it's the highest place. It's the highest price for grape juice. So that is the place to sell. So that's kind of a nice way they've done that to make it all kind of one shot. You just drive straight through. You pick up your grape juice, bring it down here. You sell it. Although I'm not sure where you sell it. Maybe outside. No, right here. Look at that. So if you don't want to sell it there, you've got to back out. Or come in from the other direction. I don't know if there are collectibles on this map or not. I think it should tell us. Here. Yes, it doesn't mention collectibles anywhere, so I'm going to assume that there aren't any. All right, so I'm going to head back to the farm and see if there's anything to do before we shut it all down for the evening. Yeah, how cool is that? That's very, very close. Just a second. All right, I'm going to put some stuff away. Whoa. All right, now it's starting to rain. That's all right. We got all of our harvesting done. Oh. That's the only bad thing about a fast tractor. It does everything fast. Everything. And trailers can get out of control if you start going too fast. Yes. Don't look. All right. So the one thing we don't have right now is a pressure washer. I don't know that we have anything dirty enough right now to warrant buying a pressure washer, but we'll get one pretty soon because I like to keep the things clean. And that trailer that we just used, that flatbed trailer, that thing gets filthy in no time at all. We're definitely going to need to be able to wash that on a regular basis. Headers can get pretty dirty too. So it's nice to be able to wash them. All right, got a place for everything, and everything's in its place. Yeah, the cows are doing. They have plenty of food. Whoa. Oh, okay, that's an L. I thought we had 98,000 liters of slurry. I was going to say, man, those cows are pooping. But we only have 9,800 liters of slurry. Tomorrow we'll have enough to actually take somewhere. And it may be, well, we really don't have room for it right now. We're going to have to harvest this barley in the field over here. I can't remember if I took you guys over here at the beginning of the stream or not. So we'll run back here again and take a look. I think I may have. Okay, now I'm lost. Well, that's the edge of the map, apparently. Yeah, this is where I wanted to go. This barn right here, we're probably going to get rid of that at some point. It's a really nice building, but... And this one is probably easier to get in and out of than most. This is not terrible. But the fully enclosed shelter it's just hard for me. I find it much easier to get in and out of those open halls like I have on the farm already. So what we need to do is get rid of this barley. I mean, by harvesting it, not just by getting rid of it. So we're going to wait until it's ripe. We're going to harvest it, and then we're going to use this flat portion of land right here for productions. This is just about the only flat piece of land we have. And we can take productions all the way, pretty much all the way to here before it starts rising again. We can go to right about here and still have a very, very large field and have lots of room for productions. So this is where our BGA is going to go. We're probably going to do, there's a mill that will do flours from all different kinds of crops, and it will also do oils. So it's just a mill, but it's a general mill as opposed to being a grain mill or an oil mill. This one will do both. So those are two productions I can think of off the top of my head that we're definitely going to do. But I think it's getting close to midnight. And I think that I'm down to one viewer again. So I think at this point, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for this evening. Again, I will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. And I'll probably stream for about 3 hours tomorrow, I think. So thank you for being here with me tonight. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you next time.